want to talk about a topic that's been spoken at length by others before. Want to give my take on it. Should blue belts be put in teaching positions or teach private lessons? Now, I'm going to take a middle-of-the-road answer here and say it depends. It depends on the skill of the blue belt, obviously. If it's Nicky Rod at the time that he was a blue belt, obviously somebody like that is more than justified in teaching a class or teaching private lessons, and he probably could have charged a considerable amount at the time. If it's a random blue belt that just got promoted and really doesn't know a lot of jiu-jitsu, probably not. It really just depends on the experience. There's a big gap between someone who just got their blue belt and someone who's been training at blue belt for a long time. It also depends on the availability of training in your area. If you're in a smaller town and you don't have access to a lot of high-level jiu-jitsu players, a blue belt could actually teach a new person quite a few things. If you're a blue belt, you should know some basic escapes from every position. You should know some basic submissions from every position. You should know some basic takedowns. You should know some basic guard retention things. And these are definitely things that you can communicate to a new person. Should you run a class? It depends. My wife is a blue belt. She's an experienced blue belt. She runs our women's program. She teaches our women's classes, obviously under my supervision and under my curriculum, but I think she does an amazing job. And I'm not just saying that because she's my wife, although obviously I have to say that. You can have a lot of value from a woman blue belt teaching class because women, when they first start, oftentimes are just not comfortable with a male instructor in such a hands-on contact sport like jiu-jitsu. A woman instructor is just much better for getting them into a comfort zone that they can deal with once they're coming into class. And obviously they can teach quite a few things. And if they're under the supervision of a higher rank, that can work pretty well. The higher rank can make sure that they have a sufficient understanding of the move to do it and teach it. You can just role play and have them explain it to you. And then they go out and teach it as part of the normal class. The other instructor could also be present, teaching another class on the other side of the mat. That's also what we do. And if my wife ever has a question, she can always come over and ask me and I can help out. So that system has worked really well for us. And I think for a school that's interested in starting a women's program, because in the very beginning, it's hard to get women to join to the school. If you ever do get a blue belt with a good personality that works really well with the other women and has just a good attitude, that might be a very valuable addition to your school to have that person as an instructor. So I would highly encourage it. Now, even a male blue belt, though, they could teach too. It's much more common that you have male upper ranks, but a blue belt could help assist during a trial. If someone is trying class, they could be the person that they partner with. They could show them a basic lesson. If you trust that person, of course, if you're the instructor and you trust that person, or at the very least, you could have them in a shadow role. If they want to take a teaching role in an adult class once they're a purple belt or above, then they could at least shadow you and see what you do. Or they could help assist in a kids class, and you can work their skills in teaching and in jiu-jitsu up to the point where you're comfortable with them eventually running a class. Generally speaking, though, I would advise try to recruit people that are purple belt and higher to teach classes. If you go back to one of my earlier videos, I explained the differences between ranks. Purple belt is the rank where I believe everyone, with some guidance, should be able to run a beginner's program and be able to teach beginners all the fundamentals that they need to know. At that point, I would be comfortable with any of my purple belts that I've promoted from white to purple to teach an adult class or to help me with a kids class. Although I don't think you need to be a purple belt to help with kids. You could be a solid blue belt. So that's my take on it, guys. If you disagree, if there's something you want to expand upon, or if there's a thought you want to share, make sure you drop a comment, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and share the video. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new and click that notification bell so you get notified every time we have new content out there. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next time.